Hello everyone, it's me Clayson. I just finished watching the Season 3 premiere of The Mandalorian. Now, when it comes to the Star Wars shows on Disney Plus, they certainly have had their ups and downs. But The Mandalorian was the one that started it all for the Disney Plus era of Star Wars shows, and I generally enjoyed the first two seasons. So, after the release of those, The Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi, this one picks up right where we last saw the Mandalorian. He ends up saving his pals from a creature, but he also still is exiled after removing his helmet voluntarily. So, the plot of this episode, and what I'm guessing will be the plot of the whole season, is that Mando is going to have to find the mines of Mandalore in order to bathe in the living waters so he can be forgiven for his transgressions. But that's going to be a bit difficult since the mines were destroyed in the Purge and because Mando doesn't know if the surface is poisoned or not. But since a Jawa traveler managed to find crystallized remains of the place, it's possible that it's not poisoned. So he heads to the port of Nevarro, where we meet Carl Weathers' character again, and it seems that he needs a droid in order to map out how to get to the mines. So they try to restart the remains of IG-11, but he reverts back to his original programming and tries to kill Grogu. So obviously, Mando needs to find a memory circuit in order to get him back to his original, to how he was in Season 1, or at the very least, get him to a non-homicidal state. And we have fights with pirates, we have him traveling to other planets, all the Mando adventures you'd want him to be in for this season. So, along with Pedro Pascal kind of carrying two TV shows this year, I generally enjoy the fact that the action is pretty much how you'd expect Mando's action to be. Whether it's the cool-looking space battles or the Wild West-style confrontations inside the port city of Nevarro, which is actually a bustling city now in comparison to the wrecked mess it was in Season 1. You can tell that a lot of time has passed, and you can tell that some characters are going to be different than how they used to be, such as High Magistrate Karga. He really feels like he's gotten to a much higher position now, but he's still the badass we remember him as I'd expect from Apollo Creed, to be fair. And they even handle some things that I thought would be difficult to handle at first. Like, for example, why Cara Dune isn't there. She's just been upgraded to Special Forces, and that's why she's not there. Well, it's good to keep her alive while also keeping the door open if they decide they bring her back, which is not likely, but I'm just glad that they didn't ruthlessly kill her off, to which would basically say that both her actress and her character are dead to them. It's a much more efficient way to handle it. Thankfully, this doesn't rely too heavily on cameos, but it does have a fair amount of Grogu-centric humor, as the series often does, to soften its darker moments, such as him spinning around in a chair or him attempting to hug one of the droid mechanics. He's just a baby, and he's going to be that way for a while, but it's nice to have a bit of levity mixed in with all the seriousness. Especially considering that Andor, as great as it was, didn't have a single lick of humor in a lot of its scenes. So it's nice to go back to one that's still serious, but knows when to have fun with the material. So yeah, The Mandalorian is back, and it's pretty much how you remember it. So I hope that the 7 remaining episodes deliver this level of quality, especially since it was able to get the plot going and got to what we like about these characters all in the span of about 30 minutes, which is definitely paced a lot better than a lot of TV pilots these days. So let's hope it keeps on delivering what we expect from them. This is the way. See you next time.